We're back. Q
We're
Review,
back.
36th episode, season 2, episode something. I just know it's episode 36. Your one-stop shop, everything Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League, the unofficial podcast of the QMJHL. Brought to you by Barely's House of Blues and Ribs, downtown Halifax, with my man Theo on the other side. What's going on, my man?
Nothing much, Chris. Another day, another pod, and we're back. Not much too going on. Pretty boring right now, in middle of kind of end of January right now, and yeah, nothing going on. What about you?
You get to catch the top prospects game.
I did catch it. Actually, yeah, almost the whole game. It was a fun one, especially when you gotta love when Gord Miller announces all those prospects too. Makes it a lot better to watch.
Yeah, 100%. Barely's House of Blues and Ribs this week has Alan Snow and the Quorum. What's a quorum?
Nice, buddy. Don't ask me. All these local bands, I I don't know how they invent these band names, but hey,
Dude, like, I want to know what a quorum
yeah, I'm not too sure.
is. It like quartet?
I honestly have no idea.
I know
Like
quartet's like a band of four.
I could be totally lying, and maybe you'd believe me because I don't know. I have no idea.
So would that mean three is like trarum?
Triumph, triumph, triumph.
Triumph. But that's a different word.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They
So
gotta be on some drugs to make those band names.
what are your thoughts on the top prospects game?
It was good. It was fast. But I kind of like how competitive it is. But you know what I mean? Like it's like how like even like the sellies that they got going on, like even when they score, but player wise, it was good seeing all different two Q guys for sure. Like how many Q guys were there? There's two
Yeah,
two Ramoski.
so there was Raul Boyard who got 2 goals and an assist. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
Maxim Lasse of
yeah,
Chicoutimi was there. Spencer Gill and Thomas Lavoie from Rimouski and Cape Breton, respectively. And then Alexandra Blais got added later on.
yeah, yeah,
Tell me this. I put this on Twitter yesterday, or X. I don't care anymore. It's
yeah,
Twitter.
yeah. It's all Twitter.
Why was Justin Poirier not at the prospects game? Leads the queue in goals.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's, I don't know, and that's what I mean. All these, I don't know. They got Q at the bottom of the list with all these, and especially not even that many. Like, think about how many OHL and WHL players there were at this thing. There was only what you name five,
Yeah,
six maybe.
that
Like,
was
yeah,
injury replacement.
yeah, exactly. It's just I don't know. They kind of they kind of hate the Q. It seems like, man, and it's not a good
Who picks
whatever.
this?
You know what I mean?
Who
Yeah, I
picks
know.
it?
I don't know.
Like,
Ontario's people pick it.
you don't even have to watch the queue. You look at the Quebec Major Junior Hockey or Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League
Yeah,
stats, like first in goals,
yeah,
draft eligible. Pretty sure he's ranked in the first round in every single ranking.
yeah.
So, listen, CHL hockey, if you're listening to this, do better. Way
Do
better.
better.
Way better.
Get your cut in that too.
Dude, that was
It's a
brutal.
tough.
It's starting to heal though. I put on my bucket for hockey the other day, and yeah, it kind of hurt going on.
A
Uh,
goose egg.
made her a little tighter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for context, I got high sticked playing pond hockey, and I wasn't. I told my buddy, he's like, "Bang, you should wear a helmet," and I was like, "Dude, I'm not being the only guy wearing a helmet. No chance."
Yeah. My mom hates the ponds. My
Why?
mom, because she works in the hospital. She's like she sees all the
There's
injuries. She's
gotta be
like,
more backstory to that.
yeah,
What happened
yeah.
to you?
What? No, I'm telling you the truth, man. She hates when I go on ponds. I'm like, she thinks I'm gonna drown. I only passed level 8 swim lessons, but I know how to swim. I could get out of there.
That's
And not even just that, just like for your instance, I would get mauled up and with the face cuts and everything.
that's 6 levels higher in swim lessons than me.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
Good swimmer.
yeah, I would like to think I'm a good swimmer.
I can kayak. I
That's
was
not swimming.
weird flex, but I was a kayak instructor for a few years.
I can see that.
Um, yeah, good time.
You got good shoulders.
I guess so. I wouldn't call them strong, but I got them right here.
Oh,
Right there.
yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
There's like this stain on my shirt, bro. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, but he's not looking good for the episode. Alright, I see how it is.
Yeah, the dedication's not there.
Yeah, yeah, it's alright.
Couldn't even wear my key review hat because only toques cover up my head.
Yeah. I'm wearing a Habs hat, baby, just to represent.
That's
We're going
messed
through
up.
we're going through tough times, but it's alright.
Just so you guys know, NFL playoffs are here. So take your time to bet on some games. You can use signupexpert.com/the Q, the link that's going right there. Yeah, sign up using that. Use all your favorite sports books and maybe sign up for some new ones. Get some bonus match and not bonus match, deposit match. That's what I wanted to say. I went 3 for 4 last night
There you
because
go.
the stupid Vancouver Canucks, that team sucks.
Hey, get out of here, man.
No,
What are you talking about?
you got to beat the Blues, man. That's awful. That's horrendous. Here, I'll read you my ticket. I had 2 because I didn't like the fact there's $3 sitting in my account. I like a
Hmm.
nice even number, so 0
Yeah.
was kind of the only one I could go with. So I had Leafs money line, win. Sam Reinhart anytime goal, lock. Jarrett McCann on the Seattle Kraken over 2.5 shots, easy money. Vancouver Canucks just had to win. That was the lowest odd of my whole ticket. They lost.
Mhm.
I had another parlay, but Austin Matthews decided not to shoot the puck except that one time in overtime, so we won't talk about that one.
Buddy. Hey, you got no, but you got to show some love to Vancouver. That would be a good boost. Probably on it. Go check up on signexpert.com. Vancouver Stanley Cup winner. Holla holla.
No,
Holla holla.
no,
I don't know. I don't know. That would be a good boost though. Check it out on any
nope.
sign
You
expert.
know what? If you're so confident in the Canucks, you go bet it live right now.
Yeah. Hey. All right. You know what? Maybe I will after this
You
pod.
gotta- I'm
I'll
gonna
show,
check. I'll even check for you.
check what the
The
honestly, what's that?
on Bet365, so signupexpert.com/the Q/bet365. The Vancouver Canucks are paying 9.5.
Mhm.
Okay. I
Mhm.
want you to go bet it. Send the picture. I will
Mhm.
believe that you're on the Canucks wagon if you bet on that right
Okay.
now.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds
They're
good.
not, they won't win the cup. Not
All
happening.
right. All right. They got the strongest D man in the league. To, the, look at yeah. Talk about the D. All above six
Yes.
feet. All about 6 feet except Hughes. These are offensive defense. Um, but they got great depth. And but you gotta show some respect to Edmonton too. Like not even just Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl right now. Like Ryan McLeod, one of the fastest players in the league. Like what the hell? He's doing awesome. Like you gotta show some respect. I can't speak today.
I'll believe in the Oilers when they get a goalie that is not named
Yeah.
Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, Stuart Skinner is kind of brutal, but other than that, like
This Canucks depth is dust, man. Teddy Bluger is not a third line center. That's horrendous.
I mean, hey, Tyler Myers, he's a good shutdown defenseman. He has a
Dakota
stick in the way.
Joshua would not make the Leafs.
Hey,
Would
he didn't have a bad. He's not having a horrible year though. He's putting up some points.
I don't care. Still
He's
wouldn't
a
make the
goal
Leafs.
he's a goal scorer.
Goal scorer.
Mm,
No,
Buddy, Giordano needs to retire, bud. But he's an old fart. You
he's
think
just
that guy's going all the way to the cup?
he's just trying to find his legs, man.
Yeah,
Trying to find his
exactly.
legs.
All right, enough with the show talk. Let's talk about the real show here.
Yeah, bro. So Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League Team of the Week: Justin Gill of Baie-Comeau, Donovan Arsenault of Baie-Comeau, Maxim Masse Chicoutimi. Masse 6 points in 3 games. Justin Gill 8 points in 3 games, and Donovan Arsenault, who was just acquired from the Acadie Bathurst Titan, 6 goals, 2 assists in 3 games. He's also the Q Player of the Week. You've also got Pierre Olivier Waugh of Victoriaville with 4 assists in 2 games. Veselad Komarov with 4 points in 2 games. He's been nasty since coming over. the Russian stallion.
The Russian gas too.
I wonder if that's real.
It is real.
I
It's a
don't
hundred
think it's
percent.
real. I
It's
think
a 100% real.
it's called morphine.
No, well, maybe, but it's funny when it's called the Russian gas. Maybe the Russians are doing it in the queue.
I doubt it.
Hey,
Uh,
why do you think he's doing so good?
well, it could just be good.
He could just be good, but a little boost doesn't hurt.
Nick Rucha of the Cape Breton Eagles went 1-1-0, 967 save percentage, 102 goals against, one shutout. Not bad.
Yeah.
Keep that franchise record going. I think it's at 8 now, combined shutouts in a season. We didn't say this last week. Big shout out Jacob Newcomb coming back from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on Hockey Fights Cancer Night against his former team. Jacob, congratulations. Long journey back.
Yeah.
You get to watch that game?
Yeah, I did. I saw some highlights too. That tribute they did, and on all their social media posts. Cape Breton did a good job of just really showing Jacob that he's excuse me for my language, that he's a fucking beauty and absolute nails. He's a warrior, and I actually played against him in Adam Double A. Not a big deal. But he his shot, man. Like, talk about his skills. His shot is unbelievable. Like, even since like 13, 12, like he always had a shot. But besides hockey, congrats, Jacob. That's awesome, and we're glad you're back. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, cancer's not something that's easy to.
No, God, no.
So, yeah, shout out to him. And what a fitting night against his former team, Chicoutimi, and Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Like, that's,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome.
good for him.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going to go in some game recaps. So, first, we got Wednesday, January 17th. That's Charlottetown doubling up St. John 6-3. Will Shields, good old Valley boy, scored his first 2 goals as an Islander, came over in a trade for Lucas Romeo. He finished with 3 points. Anthony Flanagan, Giovanni Morneau, Simon Hughes, and Alexis Michaud scored singles. Tyler Peddle got his first as a Sea Dog. Mateo Mann and Brody Fournier scored singles as well. Fournier, man, 8 points in 11 games since coming over in the Pete Reynolds trade from Halifax.
that's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
Big
20
body
years old.
presence. Yeah, 20 years old, so he's probably going off to university or maybe calling it quits. So maybe might as well have a good year and show Mooseheads might have been a mistake. But Pete Reynolds, obviously a huge target for Moose.
Maybe he'll go to Dow.
Yeah,
Fournier.
exactly. Yeah.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
Moncton beats Blainville 5-3. Yoan Loshing scored twice. Miles Mueller, Alex Mercier, and Gabe Smith had singles. Mathis Kluche scored twice. Second and third of the season for him. Olivier Lemieux, the other for the Armada. And here's the big one. Cape Breton shutting out Chicoutimi 3-0. Jacob Newcomb's first game since coming back from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. As we said, Hockey Fights Cancer Night at the Nest. I've never been to that rink. I really want to go.
Mm.
Antoine Waugh, Lucas Romeo, and Charles Antoine Lavallée scored the goals. Rucha made 25 saves, fifth shutout of the year, second in a row. And fittingly, Jacob Newcomb was named the first star. So good for him. You know what? That deserves another clap.
Yeah, another clap.
That's very worthy. Remy Delafontaine made 22 saves for the loss for the Saguenines. Bathurst beating Halifax 2-1. Former Moosehead Bobby Orr scored the winner against his former team 29 seconds into the extra frame. Matthew St. Owens scored with 105 to go to tie it. Josh Fleming made 26 saves for the win. Jack Milner, 27 saves in the loss. Jan Sprinar got the lone goal for the Mooseheads. Third straight game of the goal, so that trade's looking pretty good. Fitting in nice with the Moose, of course. Lou Levesque got an assist in his first game back. I'm pretty sure I said that Sprinar Denis trade would be good if Sprinar picked it up. And so far he's doing that.
Yeah, I was actually at this game and they scored the OT winner as I was in the bathroom. So I completely missed the OT goal. It was the beers, man. Beers
That's
kept making me so bad. But other than that, what I saw, the Mooseheads they're kind of slumping without Dume, man. You know, you can see it. Such a huge piece in that team, and I don't know. I don't know. You could be right about not making the top four.
Speaking of Bathurst, did Joey ever get back to you?
What? Oh, yeah. He did a bunch of laughing emojis. It was pretty funny. We were talking about for a minute. He was like, how did he? I think he was like, how about that night or something against T10 when he got that hat trick. It was pretty funny though. I think we all know that maybe it wasn't so worth it, but
Dude, you
I
know
don't know.
what? He's got so many points right now. Like,
Yeah,
I'd say he was worth it.
yeah. No, no, no. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
he's on the yeah, he's on the wagon right now.
But as a player, you gotta like be surprised about what you're traded for.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not gonna go up to the coach and be like, "What'd you trade me for?"
Yeah.
But it's in your head. You gotta be like, "Man."
Yeah.
Like, think of
Yeah.
the guys that were traded for like Gretzky.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're hot shit,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
which I forget who it was, but I can't think of it right now.
Whoever. Yeah.
Shawinigan beats St. John 6-1. Felix Lacerte, first career hat trick. He was your choice for rookie of the year last year.
Hmm.
Yuri Klima, Noah McKinnon, and Jordan Tarigny scored the others. Felix Hamel, 25 saves. Eric Spateko, lone goal for the Sea Dogs. Spateko also went on the top prospects game. So shout out to Eric's. And we got Baie-Comeau beating Rouen Oranda, couple powerhouses, 6-2 Baie-Comeau. Anthony Lavoie, Justin Gill, Matthias Molowski, Justin Poirier, Felix Gagnon, and Isaac Dufort scored the goals. 25 saves for Charles Edward Gravel. Let me just say, every single time we talk about a Baie-Comeau game, Justin Poirier's name is mentioned. Again, CHL. Do better. Ridiculous, man. Like,
Hmm.
I could go on about that all day.
Yeah.
I just, ugh.
Yeah.
This guy on Twitter was like, isn't he a Calgary prospect? And some guy underneath's like, dummy, that's his brother.
Yeah. Like that's what I mean, man. They don't even know. Like half these guys. Yeah. Just casuals.
Thomas Verdon and Leighton Crothers scored for the Huskies. They let in 2 empty net goals, so it was a lot closer. Huskies were up 2-1 after 1, 5 unanswered for Baie-Comeau. So this game was a lot closer than the score suggested.
Hmm.
Gatineau beat Sherbrooke 4-3 in a shootout. Gatineau completes the comeback in the third period. Justin Boissel and Mathis Gauthier in the shootout got the goals. Nolan Ling, Nathan Levesque, and Gauthier had the regulation goals. Sherbrooke was up 3-1 before Gatineau scored 1 in the second and 1 5 minutes into the third. Maverick Lachance, Olivier Lampron, and Louis Gendron scored for the Phoenix. Lachance had the goal in the shootout for Sherbrooke. I wrote Gatineau, but it's Sherbrooke. Um, it was a late night when I wrote these.
Hmm.
Victoriaville beats Moncton 4-3. Max Pellerin broke the tie with 149 to go. Justin LaRose, Mile Levine, and Igor Goriana scored the others. Jacob Steinman, 46 saves. 46 saves. That's a lot of saves.
He's been playing unbelievable, man.
Say again.
He's been playing awesome as of late too. Like this whole year, he's been having a great year.
Yeah, absolutely. Vincent Collard, Thomas OJ, and Adam Fortier Generon had the Wildcats goals. You got Friday, January 19th. Shawinigan beat Charlottetown 4-3. Yuri Klima scored the goal in the shootout. Mathis Fernandez, 37 saves. First win as a Cataract. Shout out Mathis. Nathan Ethier, Felix Lacerte, and Noah McKinnon scored in regulation. Matthew Butler, Will Shields, and Giovanni Morneau scored for the Isles. Drummondville beats Rimouski 6-4 in Rimouski, which means the greatest goal horn of all time.
Electrical horn.
I want that to be my ringtone. Noah Reinhardt scored twice. He came over in the Tyler Peddle trade. Lucas Landry, Ethan Gauthier, Sam Oliver, and friend of the show, Luke Woodworth, scored the singles. The boys were curling the other day.
I saw that. Instagram post. Yeah. It's a hard sport, man.
Got that right.
Yeah, it's a hard sport.
I did a lab in school. We had these things called activity labs, and I did a curling one. You basically just got a credit for playing a sport.
Hmm.
First time I go up. Now, no one knew I've curled before. Like, my
Hmm.
grandfather used to take me to the curling club all the time in Wolfville.
Yeah.
I throw the first rock right in the button.
Oh,
Oh, I sniped it.
buddy.
Oh, yeah. Like, it was awesome. I don't know. I
But throwing dots.
felt like a huge deal.
Any girls get your number after that or what? Any old ladies at the curling club?
No, but everyone wanted me to be on their team though.
Oh, that's a plus.
Yeah, it
That's
was,
awesome.
it was a good time. I don't want to say I led the charge, but it's a
Mm,
pretty big deal. Maybe I should
yeah,
take up curling. Screw podcasting, man. I might go back
yeah,
to curling.
yeah. Let's
Me and
start a let's start a curling team.
what's his name? Brad Gushu.
Q review club. Brad Q review curling team. That'd be pretty electric.
So Spit and Chicklets has sandbaggers. Let's do
Yeah, let's do.
curls.
Yeah,
Curling.
we'll
Uh,
get we'll get Woody out and Mavaroo out maybe.
we'll
Little
do
friends of the show.
button chuckers. That's what it'll be. Button chuckers.
Button checkers. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you want to be on the first ever Q review button chucker, let me know and we will get that done. Back to the game, Rimouski got goals from Liam Jock, Miles St. Denis, Charles Savoy, and Dominic Pilot scored for the Oceanic. Big win for Baie-Comeau, 8-0 over Val-d'Or. Lucas Berkman, first QMJHL shutout, 25 saves, sorry. He was third round pick last year. 2 wins in 2 games so far. So, they traded Ciarlo, so they got Charles Edward Gravel. So it's good that he's getting called up for backup.
When was that game? Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, did they play back to back? Baie-Comeau and Val? Is that Baie-Comeau and
Yeah, I
Val?
think it was a back-to-back.
Yeah. Well, let wait till I tell you the score after.
So Don Arsenault scored a hat trick, and spoiler alert for Theo's game, he also scored a hat trick the next day.
Yeah.
Those two were his third and fourth career hat tricks, 6 goals in 7 games since coming over from Bathurst. Justin Gill, Nick Svanenko, Isaac Dufort, what do you know, Justin Poirier, Rob Boyard scored the singles. William Blackburn, 37 saves in the loss. So, you know what? You deserve to lose if you let your team pepper 45 shots at you and you don't score.
Yeah.
You deserve to lose. Blainville beat Quebec 5-3. Xavier Villeneuve, Mathis Cloutier, Thomas Paquette, Olivier Lemieux, and Justin Carbonneau had the goals for the Armada. Julian Bailin, Charles Olivier Villeneuve, and Antoine Doran had the Ramparts goals. That'll do it for me. And guess what, Theo? We have another interview.
Let's do it, man. Who is it?
This week, we have Charlottetown native, Cape Breton Eagle, New Jersey Devils draft pick, Charlottetown's finest, Cam Squires. Cam had some great stories talking about Cavendish Beach Music Festival, experiencing the draft in Nashville, late night MacDonald's runs with Ivan. So, yeah, Cam and I had a great talk. So, nonetheless, we will bring on New Jersey Devils draft pick, Cape Breton Eagle, Cam Squires. All right, everyone, please welcome to the Q Review, New Jersey Devils draft pick, Cape Breton Eagle, Cam Squires. Cam, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Cam, first, let's talk about draft day. Like, what was your draft day like?
Yeah, it was a pretty special day. Obviously, it's stuck in my mind because it's a day that'll be there for a while. But I was very fortunate. It was in Nashville this year, so me and my family got to go down. So I was in California training for the draft and training for the summer before then. So I flew right in there and kind of met my family there. So me and David Reinbacher were actually down in California training. So we got on this kind of creepy airline. It was some no-name airline. We got on there from California and flew in, and then we got in. We had to have people pick us up from the airport, but there was just a crazy buzz around the city. Like I remember the awards were that night when we got in, so there was just boys from the NHL walking around everywhere around downtown. Like the rink is right on the main strip, so it was a pretty special experience for us. We were walking around. We got to go, have dinner and kind of just get a feel for the city and stuff. And then I met my family the next day. They flew in. They came in, and I had meetings that day. And then basically the first round was at the following night. So we went to that, and we did that. That was a pretty cool experience. Obviously the first round feels like it takes a whole entire day to do that. So you're just kind of sitting there, you're watching the guys be picked and stuff. And and it's a crazy experience. You're sitting there, and that kind of gets your toes in the water. It gets the bit of the jitters out for the guys that are going the following day for sure. And then yeah, the next day started. I think it was around 10 a.m. So we showed up to the rink, and our hotel was right up the street, the Margaritaville Hotel. So we just walked down the street. And I remember walking there. I was already sweating just because I was a little nervous, but it didn't help that it was probably like 35 degrees and sunny out. But it was pretty cool. So we were walking right down the strip towards the rink, and then we got to the rink. We got to our seats, and second round, third round went by, and then the fourth round eventually came. And I kind of had a feel. I had a great meeting with New Jersey the day before. There was 10 or 11 or 12 guys sitting around a table, and that was a pretty unique experience talking to them. Answered some of their questions and stuff, but I had a good feeling. Having communicated with my agent and whatnot. That it was gonna be them. So that pick rolled around 122, and they took me. And you know, as soon as you hear your name called, to kind of like when you get down onto the floor, it's a bit of a blur. But I remember getting down onto the floor, just hugging my parents and my brothers, getting down onto the floor, and then you're greeted by this guy, cameras, media, and it's just kind of all one big rush. But you just try your best to take it in. I couldn't. That was probably for the first time in my life I couldn't wipe the smile off my face of just pure happiness and joy, which was pretty cool. Meeting the guys and then shaking Martin Brodeur's hand, the scouting staff and whatnot was really something I'll never forget. So doing that, and then you go back and you do the media, the interviews, and the hockey card stuff, and that was all fun. And then basically just went upstairs, and I met my family up there, and they were waiting up there. They were getting some drinks, some food, and meeting them, and getting to really hug them and talk to them for a bit longer than a few seconds was definitely a great part as well. So it was a pretty hectic day, kind of being in that rink, and then going through those 3 or 4 hours. But then once it all happens, it feels like a huge weight lifted off your shoulders, anticipation, nerves. But it was so worthwhile. And then I remember me and my family, we just went back, and we sat down, and then we talked for a bit, and then we got to leave the rink eventually, once we got our flights and stuff. And then that night we were staying the night, so we went to pretty much all the spots. We went to Jason Aldean's for dinner, which was, me and my family are huge country music fans. We've always been growing up in PEI with the music festival there and stuff. So we went there, and my brothers had a great time there, my family, and we grabbed dinner, and we stayed there for about 4 or 5 hours. It was awesome. So that was definitely the gist of it, and just being able to spend it with them, the people who've been there for me the whole time up through my hockey career.
Yeah, my brother went to the Miranda Lambert bar in what was it, in Nashville. He said it was electric. Like those places seem nuts.
Oh yeah, like we were walking the day of the draft, like up and down the street, and there was musicians, and the music was loud as ever. At 10 a.m. in the morning. It's like that. It's basically there's no music for like between the hours of like 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. But other than that, it's rocking.
Okay. What was it like meeting Martin Brodeur? Like, what's he like?
It was pretty cool. Obviously, a guy, growing up watching stuff, he's a legend. So, being able to meet him and talk to him, he's a good guy. He's pretty quiet. He's very professional and stuff, but he's hands down just a hockey mind and stuff. And he's professional, and he's in with the New Jersey club. He's been there his whole career, and he's decided to stick with the team a bit. So he's definitely an important piece of that organization.
Absolutely. David Reinbacher, you mentioned that you train with him. A lot of people thought that was a controversial pick when he got picked by the Habs. Like, can you touch on that? Like,
Yeah, me and David, we have the same agent. That's why we were training together. So he's a really great player. I get to see it firsthand. Just being on the ice with him over the summers a few years back. He's a great player. He skates well, moves the puck, and he's big body as well. So, there's not much but good things to say about a guy like that. As a guy, as a friend and just as a hockey player, I feel they made a great choice with him. Other than that.
so you would have at least went to rookie camp with the Devils. And
Yes.
who really impressed you? Like, who really impressed you when you showed up?
Well, obviously, there's those guys that are in, a league of their own. Like, well, for rookie camp, it's a lot of those AHL guys, and stuff like that. So there's not a lot of young guys there. There's a lot of those, 23, 24-year-olds. Obviously, there was a guy, Graham Clark. He was a bit of a leader in the rookie tournament. He was going to make a push for the roster, but hopefully in the next few years he'll be there. But he's a great guy. Brant Clark's brother, comes from a good hockey family. He's got a electric shot. Could shoot it well. He plays in the A with Utica as well. And then seeing a guy I played against at 16, he was 20. Xavier Perrant, played with Sherbrooke and Halifax a bit in his queue. Seeing him, there over the years, haven't played against him in two years or so, but seeing him there, seeing how he's developed and kind of carved out his pro career so far after being, a 20-year-old in the queue was pretty cool. A smaller guy, but he battles and competes just like he's, the biggest guy on the ice. So just seeing some of those guys, kind of where they're at the start of their career, and then obviously getting to go to the main camp for a bit was awesome. Being on the ice with guys like Nico Heischer and that stuff, and then obviously Jack Hughes. Those guys are in a league of their own up there. So the skill, you see it up close when you're going into a battle with those guys. It's you got to have your A game, or they're gonna spin you in a circle pretty quick. So. And then there's just different times, different sides of it. Jack Hughes, he's so skilled and stuff. And then Timo Meyer, the size to compete that those guys bring, on both ends, different parts of their game. But there's a lot of good players around and just looking to take it all in and stuff.
One thing I wanted to ask you, so you come from Charlottetown, you led the U15 league in scoring, 85 points, 26 games, with the Eastern attack, or the Central attack, sorry. And you decided to go to Bishop Kearney. So what was the process what was the thought process?
Yeah, basically, going to BK was kind of just, a family decision. I wrapped up Bantam really, and I knew at the start of midget, I kind of had that, first instinct on my mind to go away and try out the school route. There was a few guys who have done it, before me, and I was just kind of looking at them as, stepping stones. But so I went down there. It was a new program. It was the first year. They were originally Selects Academy, and then they kind of bridged off into Bishop Kearney. So that was during right at the start, right in the middle of the start of that COVID, kind of mayhem. But so my parents were a little hesitant because of that. But then eventually, they supported me all the way. And, we said, all right, we're going to go. So it was being built, the dorms, all that, the gym, the training stuff. So COVID kind of delayed that. But I got down there and, we had a team. And that was my first time kind of going and living away from home. So I was pretty much I was 15 years old. I think it was in grade 10, and I was going, and I had guys from, parts of the world that I've never even, heard of hockey players playing, never even come to think of it, like San Diego, and those guys are all coming together on one team. So you have a lot of different kids, but ultimately, all really good hockey players too. So I remember it was nice. We just got to get into games. We'd travel, 2 hours on the bus to Connecticut and play 2 or 3 showcase games and then drive back. So I remember we were wearing our first showcase games. We drive to the game on a bus, and we're wearing masks all the time. So we're in the hotel. We get dressed at the hotel in our hockey gear, put on our skate guards, walk onto the bus, drive to the rink, walk into the rink with our masks on underneath our cage, and we're kicking off our skate guards, walking onto the rink, doing warm up. There's no water bottles allowed. It was crazy, stuff like that, the rules and stuff. I mean, obviously guys are pulling down the masks and stuff because you can't play with a mask up, but it was pretty cool experience during all that. It was pretty crazy, but just it kind of gave us, just no time to really get to know each other. So we all blended in, and we were all we had really, just a bunch of kids just going to the rink each day and doing school. So it was kind of tough to manage that at the start, but it taught me a lot about kind of time management and living on your own as well. So that was a fun experience. And eventually COVID came around the Christmas time, and we all got it. Once one guy got it in the dorms, everybody got it. So we all went home for Christmas, and then I just decided to stay home after that and play for the Mount Academy, where I played for before then in the skills program, and I went to school. So that was cool. I knew the coaching staff; they were great coaches, and I knew a lot of the players. Just they had a stacked, Atlantic Canadian team. I remember that year, I forget the exact number, but I think it was 13 guys got drafted to the queue off of our team. and it was just basically all the guys I've grew up playing against on one team. Like guy here now, Cole Burbage was there, Nathan Mossy, Cam Henderson, Matthew Pelche, Jonah MacDonald, just a lot of good players. And so we eventually, kind of played, and we were all 15-year-olds playing in a midget league against 17s, 16, 17-year-olds. So we were getting spanked some nights, but we were good. We were working out every day. We were practicing, so it was a good development experience.
I'm just blown away. Did you say you weren't allowed to drink water when you had the mask on? Like that's
Yeah,
such a huge
they
safety issue.
some games they had the rules where you were, because they didn't want everybody sharing bottles and stuff. So yeah,
Seems like a safety issue on its own.
exactly.
Your rookie year, you got to play with your brother. Talk through that. Like, how was that experience?
That was one of my best hockey memories so far, and I think it'll be for a long time. It's right up there with being drafted to the NHL, just because very few guys get to do that. Very few guys get to play on the same team, let alone at a high level. That you've both been working at for a long time. So I remember draft day rolled around for the Q, and I was drafted to the Eagles, and he jumped up, and that whole day he was just as excited as I was. For the draft, to go to Cape Breton. So he knew it's a great spot. They're going through some changes and stuff, but it was a great team, and they had a great group of guys. My first year, I was a 16-year-old, and there was a lot of 18-year-olds that kind of helped me, and there were a lot of Atlantic Canadian Maritime boys who have been in the league a while and just brought me in and kind of took me as one of their own too, which was great. We actually billeted together, here at the McPherson's, which was great. It made it seem like away from the rink. My first year in the queue was just the same. It was normal, and I didn't have to deal with all that, which was great. He showed me the stuff, and I remember my game day routine now is pretty much the same game day routine it was 2 years ago that he kind of showed me the way to do it and stuff. Pregame meal at the same time, the same meal, take the nap. I usually go to the rink and I drive the same way that he was driving when he was here. So it's pretty cool how just those things stick with you for a long time. And he was a great leader, a great guy, and he worked so hard. When he was playing the Q, like he worked hard every day to get better. So he was a great role model first and foremost. But just he did a great job. Kind of mentoring me and bringing me through there.
You go back to PEI every summer?
I do, yeah.
What do you usually like? What are you doing down there? You golf a lot down there?
Yeah, usually. Just a mix of things. Like obviously, you take that time off right when the season ends, but throughout the summer, it's just training, golfing, getting on the ice, doing a lot of that stuff. I mean, last summer was a bit different, but the golf courses are awesome. You've probably been to a few. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but like we just built a new house actually, our family out in Morel, which is 2 minutes down the road from Crowbush.
Oh,
So it's going to be a fun summer on the links there. Definitely getting a membership, and I'll be there a lot. But it's a great course. Obviously tough. It'll probably make me want to never go again after playing it a few times. But yeah, the golf is great. The spots to eat and stuff, and the beaches. Our new house is right on the water in Morel, so it's going to be a fun summer. Obviously, it'll be a bit different, but being able to have the beach and the dunes and the golfing there is going to be pretty sweet. So.
Robush is such a hard course. So
Yeah, it's tough.
I went on a golf trip last summer. They cut all the trees down, so people said it
Yeah,
was even harder before that. But I still found it
yeah,
a tough one.
yeah. It was.
What would you say are the top 3 courses on the island?
Top three courses. For me, in my opinion, I'll probably put Crowbush at number one, um, and then I'm gonna have to go with like I really like Brudenell and Dundrave are kind of that split course there down in Montague area. So I'd go Brudenell too. I haven't played Dundrave yet, but I've heard good things about that. But then for me, I'd say I've played Mill River, I think 1 or 2 times, and it was by far, just a really nice course, but also challenging. Like you can't hit driver too much there. Like you always got to hit iron just because it's so many dog legs. You're going left, you're going right. So those 3 courses, yeah.
So you said you like country music. You go to Cavi every year?
Yeah, I've been there every year since I was a kid, pretty much because I mean, obviously, so my cool story about that. My father actually, he was kind of he was one of the owners of Cavi for a while. Like he was pretty much started that thing up. Him and a group of owners. Basically when it started, I think it was 2000. I think it was 2009. They made it, and so I've been there. That's why I've been around. I've been working it since I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Hey, not a bad place to work.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty sweet gig.
What did he get you doing there? Like you say you worked there, what were you doing?
Yeah, I was pretty much. I kind of, as a younger kid, I kind of just loved the rinky dink jobs, like hanging around. My brother was a bit older, so he worked with the fence crew. I'd be doing so, just going around putting up fences, taking out garbage, cleaning up. So just the kind of stuff that nobody sees, but I did that stuff. I remember I was back doing this stuff backstage, like working with some of the food, like feeding the artists and stuff. So that was pretty cool. I've got to meet, a lot of my summer. That week of my summer, ever since I was a kid, has been a lot of cool stories, meeting a lot of cool people. So pretty fortunate for
Sounds like a lot of jobs your dad didn't want to do, so he handed it to the kids.
Yeah, no, I think it was the reason he did all those. So that's why he had some appreciation for them. 'Cause, yeah.
Okay, who would country music concert, if you could pick 5 artists to go to a country music concert, who would it be?
Oh, I'd say right now, I think it's hard to kind of ignore. Like, I haven't seen Morgan Wallen. I know he was in Moncton last summer, but that was kind of when the Q camps were started. So a lot of guys didn't get to go to that. So I'd say Morgan Wallen, Jason Aldean, Zach Bryan, Tyler Childers this summer. I'm gonna see him. Hopefully a cavi, and then I'd also say I'd love to see an Alan Jackson concert.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love that. That'd be unreal.
Oh, yeah.
Chattahoochee.
Oh yeah, he's so good. I even listen like me. I listen to old country before the games, new country. Like some of the guys are like, I put my headphones in. The guys are listening to like pump up, rock music and stuff. But I'm just sitting there tying my skates, listening to. Sometimes on Saturdays, if the PEI, the Saturday Night Hoedown, that's the CFCY on the channel on the radio station every Saturday 6 to 9 in PEI they play old country music like Alan Jackson, George Strait. So if it's 6 o'clock and I'm getting dressed for 6:30 warm up, I'll turn it on and just listen to Alan Jackson and those guys before the game.
What's the best Alan Jackson song?
Oh, I'd have to go with um, I like Good Time. Uh, Country Boy's a good one too, but yeah, Good Time's a good one.
Couple heaters, man. That's a
Yeah.
heater. But no, so I watched Morgan Wallen at YQM, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like Thomas Rhett better than Morgan Wallen that weekend.
Really? Yeah, I've heard a few people say that actually.
Just like a better performer. I don't know what it was. It's just like
Yeah,
one of those things.
yeah.
But yeah, are you still a fan of The Gambler? Like, is that your go-to pop-up song?
The Gambler, yeah. I like that song. A lot of the boys like that one. That's a pretty known one. Like I'll be talking to guys who don't even know anything about country music, let alone old country music, but then you throw in The Gambler and they're stomping their foot and singing it too. So
Probably one of the most underrated pump-up songs. Like, it's slow, but it gets you like fired up.
yeah, best shower song ever.
So you're listening to country music. Like, what are your go-to pump-up songs before a game?
Pump up songs. I'd have to say, yeah, like I don't listen to too much um other than country, but pretty much like I got a few songs. I don't know once there was on my pretty much anything Big Booty remix, I guess. That's one that's kind of like known through all the boys. Sometimes I just throw it on. It's like the mashup of songs that's put together.
So who's team DJ?
Lavoie, Thomas Lavoie on our team. Yeah. I
What?
don't know how he struck that. He was DJ last year at 16. He might be the only 16-year-old DJ in the league last year. But now it's stuck with him, so I'm sure he'll be on it for the next 2 years or 3 years while he's here.
So is this playlist like any good? Like, is it like what's on it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Usually just like stuff like that. I don't know if it's Big Booty remix or not, but there's a mashup of songs. I think he's got it so like they blend together. The transitions are pretty good, but yeah, it usually gets the boys going. I mean, it's kind of just some of them aren't even named songs. Like it's just kind of like mashups and stuff, but it's pretty good.
Pat McNeil told me you were saving up for a new car. How's that journey going?
It's going good. It's a little slow during the process with the coupe, but you know how it is. So that's uh, that's coming. Hopefully by the summertime, it'll be kind of ready to go. This car's gotten. My brother drove this car. He got it when he got back from Miranda at 16. So it's been around for 4 or 5 years now, and me and my father have been talking, about getting an upgrade. So we're working on that.
What is it?
It's a 2013 Honda Accord. It's a black car. Like it's pretty nice car. It's doing well, but those things in the Civics can go for forever. Like if you take care of them. But I think it's got about 230,000 kilometers on it now, so it's got a little bit juice. It's got a little bit of juice left in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, Accords are like the Toyota's Camry. Like they're just bigger Civic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's a great car.
Yeah.
We'll go back to your Q playing here. So who's the toughest goalie you've had to play against in the Q?
Toughest goalie. Yeah, I'd say probably in my career. I remember, obviously, a good goalie reflects on a good team. So my first year, Nicholas Herchabees on that Sea Dogs team, they were stacked. Like first off, you had to get the puck in the ozone to shoot on them. But obviously, second half, I think we played them. We were kind of a bottom team. We didn't make the playoffs that year, but we played them, I think, 6 times in the second half, and those were 6 long nights. We
Yeah.
took them to a shootout one night, but I remember I scored a goal on them far side, and I surprised myself when I scored it. Like it was kind of a half clapper from like probably 40 feet out, like really far out, like above, like just inside the blue line, bottom right corner, and I think that might have made it 10-2 at the time. So I didn't know whether to sally or just kind of skate back to the center ice. So.
Oh man, did he like fluke it? Like 40? I don't know. I feel like a half clapper would be like. Did he like fluke it?
It was actually not a bad shot. Like I think it surprised him as much as it surprised me, but it was pretty much. I think he was just straight up and thought I was gonna skate it down wide and try and beat the D, but I just kind of ripped it from out there and it just went in. And I was like, oh, nice, I'll take it.
That's like chipping in for triple bogey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what about who's the best player you've ever played with?
Best player I've ever played with. I gotta say Ivan. Last year, and even my 16-year-old year. First half you're obviously getting into the league. You're kind of getting your legs under you, but the second half, I was able to get bumped up to that first power play. I was still kind of playing third line minutes as a young guy, but I was on the first power play with him, and he was 19 at the time, and just kind of building that chemistry with him. And then last year we played a lot together. Basically a full season power play and line mates. He's just a great skater. He's 20 years old last year, and he had a great season. The guy can skate up and down the ice for days. Like, at some games it felt like he didn't even get tired. He was moving so well. So I feel, he was easy to play with. Give and goes and work the puck with him, and we kind of built that chemistry that we knew where each other were, and we fed off each other. So he was a really great player, and obviously this year he's with Colorado's farm team in the A. He's doing well with the Eagles. I think he's got a dozen points or something in his first 20, 30 pro games. So he's doing well.
He must be a character, right? It seems like the import guys are always like hilarious. Like, do you have any stories about Ivan you can think of?
It's pretty hit or miss. Like you never know what you're gonna get. Like Ivy, when I met Ivy, he was in his third year in the league. So it's either, sometimes those character guys are in their first year in the league. They're coming over, and but Ivy was here. He was kind of, yeah, he knew what was going on and stuff, and his English was actually really good. It's better than a lot of the Euros that I've played with, but he was really good. And so basically every day we drove him. My brother and I drove him my first year, and then I drove him all last year to the rink and stuff because he didn't have a car. But trying to think of some stories, like he was pretty, professional. Like we'd go to the rink, we'd do our thing, and come home. Like the cycle how it is. But me and him would usually always go. We pretty much always go after like the late night road trips because in Cape Breton there's a lot of travel. So we'd always go and get MacDonald sometimes after the games. Like we'd play at like 7 in like Moncton or St. John, and we drive back like 5 or 6 hours. So we'd be getting back at like 4 a.m. or something, and the boys are starving, right? Because you eat your post game meal and then you might stop to get a snack if it's an afternoon game, but usually you drive all night, you wake up and it's 4 a.m. and you're starving, right? So we'd go to the 24 hours McDonald's right down the road, and we'd go and we'd grab a snack there and pretty much just go, and I drop them off and then we try and get back to bed. But other than that, there was this one time actually we played mini sticks. I think it was Halloween last year. His billet brother loved mini sticks, so we went there and we went trick or treating with like the billets and stuff, and then we went back and we had this full fledged mini stick game going at like 11 or 10, like almost midnight. We were playing mini sticks on this Halloween night, and we were almost into it more than the kid was, but it was fun. We were playing. I remember I think him and me were the goalies. I remember I left there at like midnight and I was covered in sweat, and I got back and my billets were like, "What were you doing?" Like I was like, "I'm just playing some mini sticks," and so that was a pretty good story.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, were the billet parents upset you had him up that late?
No, they were pumped because they were like, he was all amped up on the sugar and stuff anyway. And I think it was a Friday or Saturday, so he didn't have school. So they were fine with it. They were loving it. I think they were taking pictures. They had fun doing that.
I see last year you won the Humanitarian of the Year. What does it mean for you? What does it mean for your reputation on the ice as well as off the ice?
Yeah, obviously it was nice to be named the recipient of that award. It was, but doing that stuff, it wasn't like something that I set out, with a goal to win an award. Doing that stuff, like for me, that was just kind of me and my family decided to do that. We feel Cape Breton's been good to me as a person and as a player. They've supported me, and I look at it here as I'm kind of at the halfway mark. Hopefully maybe a little bit under the or over the halfway mark of my time here. So I think, my first 2.5 years have been great here, the fans and stuff. So just getting involved in the community, going and doing that stuff for the kids was important. We sat down and, discussed the options of what we could do to just kind of play our part and, help out some kids. And eventually we settled upon the idea to do that. There's the Boys and Girls Club here who does a great job looking after the kids. They have good after school programs and stuff. So being able to get those tickets, season tickets right behind the net for the kids to go, sometimes the staff take them because maybe their parents are working. So those kids might not have the opportunity every day to go to an Eagles game. So just being able to get to see those kids at the game, big smile on their face, and they're right behind the net. So, some of them are as young as, 8 or 9 years old. So them being right at ice level is pretty exciting for them. So it's cool to see them right after the games. They hold out like a poster and a puck, and we get it signed for them, take some pictures, and I chat to them for a few minutes. But it's special. I have as much fun, talking to them. They bring a smile to my face too. So it's great to see that they have fun at the games, and they're able to do something that they might not be able to do on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's so good. A lot of the teams are starting to put initiatives forward like that. I see Moncton's doing one of the same things, trying to make tickets more affordable.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
one last thing I want to ask you. So, the Eagles added some names this year. What are the goals kind of for you and the team this year and even for yourself next year? World Juniors next year obviously is probably a sight for you.
Yeah. So for us, we've kind of come that full cycle now, and we're looking to win every night. So for us, we have goals as a team. Obviously, this year with the additions that we've had, like you mentioned, we added Thomas Sabolka. He's a really good offensive defenseman. The guy's point a game before he had to step away for the World Juniors. Bronze medal, which was a huge accomplishment. But and today actually we just seen it. Our Instagram just posted Jacob Newcomb is back skating on the ice. So for him, that's a guy that I look up to. He took that battle head on with cancer this year, and he beat it, and he's looking to get back. So for us, that's really, in terms of us as a team, that's a free trade for us, like a free addition we got here, and now we're adding him. He's a top line guy. He's a top power play. Like he's a workhorse. And if Jacob, like some of us do, he does everything right away from the rink. He's a professional guy. So we're adding two of those big pieces who we feel, are huge. We added Romeo, who's physical, big body, and can score a lot of goals as well. We added La Rochelle, smaller, skilled guy. So, our team is headed in the right direction. Like we added those pieces without, kind of shipping off anything. We kind of upgraded. So for us, it's just to win as much playoff series as we can. You know, Obviously you have some of those teams like Drummondville and Rouen who loaded up with a lot of those guys, but we feel on any given night we're confident with our group. Just we trust in the system and stuff. So to win as much playoff series as we can, win those games and gain that experience eventually. Um, you know, so next year coming back, we're going to have three of those 04s as 20-year-olds. And we feel we got a good core of 18s that are going to be 19, like me, Burbage, Patterson, Fullerton, like a lot of those guys, Romeo, are 19-year-olds, which is, definitely age is an advantage for sure. So we like where we're at, and we trust, and our coaching is really well with the D coach, forward coach, and Louis. So good systems and stuff. So we're trusting in it as players. It's been a long time coming to get to this point, but there's no point in rushing it now. We're just going to take our time and look to win games.
Did Saboka give the Canadian boys a hard time after beating them in the quarters?
He's been pretty modest about it. If I was him, I'd be rubbing it in a little bit more. But he's some of the boys. He was showing like our billets. Me and him are living together, so he was showing our billets, his medal and stuff. It was pretty cool. And obviously it was kind of a dagger for the Canadian boys. Would have been an even bigger dagger if we had any guys on the team. Like I know Halifax had some guys, Drummondville, but he's got that over their heads, so it's a feather in his cap.
Last thing I want to ask you, Cam. So you're a PEI guy. What's the best way to eat potatoes?
The best way. A lot of guys give me a hard time about that, but probably the best way to eat potatoes probably just mashed. I like them mashed. Pretty simple. Yeah, a little gravy for sure. A lot of guys say I say it weird, but it's pretty much just the way you say it. Like PEI potatoes, just the way you. So a little gravy in it, but yeah.
Okay. All right, Cam. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Welcome back anytime, and hope you have a great rest of the season.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
You got a lot of goal horns going there, buddy.
Devils prospect, Cape Breton Eagle, Cam Squires. What a beauty.
What a beauty. Yeah.
He was so thankful to come on, man. He shot me a text and he said, dude, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Glad people have fun on our podcast. That's always
well, that's what we care about, man.
Yeah, 100%. I'll get to see Cam and Jacob Newcomb, Cam MacDonald, another friend of the show. They're playing in Halifax. I'll get to see Pete for the first time since he got traded to Halifax. I'm going on Sunday with the missus.
Yeah, there you go.
Quick little date night.
Seems like a great weekend.
It's a 3:00 game too, so those are always great. I mean, got the rest of your night. Throw on a movie.
Yep.
Get high sticked at a pond.
Yep.
Yeah. Dinner.
Yeah. A lot of money, but worth money.
Yeah, I mean, I just got paid, so it's all good.
Then that's free money. Then you're good.
We got the bet stamp money.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, sign up for Sportsbook so we can get paid. That's our only source of income.
Exactly.
Did you forget to get your significant other or a family member a Christmas gift, or did you just give them something that absolutely sucks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're in luck because we sell hats now. Gray and navy, they come in $35 a pop. They're the cool CCM hats, worth the money. We've already sold quite a few. We thank everyone who bought one so far. So get yourself a hat, make up for that crappy anniversary, Christmas gift, birthday gift.
Yeah,
no complaints so far.
You can't complain about a hat. Nice and simple. It's simple, plain simple.
You can wear them forwards. You can wear them backwards. You can wear them sideways if you're absolutely dust.
Yeah.
You can wear them diagonal if you're absolutely dust.
Yeah. Any way you want.
They're also the snapbacks. So, I mean, if you got a gigantic melon on your head like me, you got like a dirty old bump that hurts your head right now, you can wear it.
Yeah.
Strap it back. Wear it to the gym. Sean Miller wears his to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, so get yourself a hat.
Learn from the best, Sean Miller. There you
Sean, what a weapon, man.
go.
He struck me out a few times.
It's all right.
He had the best curveball ever. Like Buddy would throw it, it would start right here. And then by the time I swung, it was like down here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
Can't win that one.
I think he would throw me 3 straight.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that story in baseball?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did when Sean Miller was on.
Oh no, this is a different one.
Oh.
Oh, for context, anyone that's new to listening, I played baseball this summer for the Tri-County Rangers. Didn't win a game. We were trash. And so I was up to bat. I haven't seen a curveball in probably 6 years. Guy threw me one first pitch, and I go, shit. The catcher must have heard because the next 2 pitches, curveballs. Touch any of them. I think I went up to bat 3 times, and Buddy threw me at least 15 curveballs.
Oh, that's funny. Just not nice with the curves.
I eventually fouled one off, and I was like, oh, okay, now he knows I'm going to hit it. Pretty sure he threw one again, and I didn't.
Yeah. It's hard to get, man. I don't play. I haven't really played baseball, but I know watching and even looking like that. I know up for a chance I would not be able to hit one of those balls. Look at Mike Trout, man. Like
this guy's curveball wasn't even good. Like it was like, I don't know, it was slow. I knew it was coming. I just couldn't hit it.
Yeah.
All right. Game recaps from you.
All right. January 20th. We got Rouen facing Gatineau. Rouen wins 5-1. Rouen, man, they're stepping up, as we always talked about. Ty Higgins with 2 goals. Thomas Verdon, 1 goal, 1 assist with the second star. And Gabriel Sagan on Gatineau got 1 goal. The rest of the goals were Andre Lashko and Anthony Turcotte. A lot of penalties in this game, though. Not any majors, though. A lot of just minor penalties. There's about 16 penalties, so must have been. I didn't really watch it, but must have been.
Boys are rowdy.
Yeah, boys are rowdy. Next game was Moncton and Rimouski. Rimouski wins 5-3. 3 stars were on Rimouski. Jacob Mathieu with 1 goal, 1 assist. Maxime Barbashev, don't have to say his name to not know who he is. He's a absolute all-star with 1 goal, 1 assist. Charles Savoie with 1 assist. So all in favor of Rimouski, but Yon Liushing obviously popped 1 in for Moncton, and Gabe Smith, who had 2 goals. And I'm surprised he didn't get on the star list, but he had 2 goals. And third game, as we were talking about before, Baie-Comeau defeats Val-d'Or again 8-1, not 8-0 this time. Donovan Arsenault, like we said, another hat trick, absolutely unreal. And Justin Gill, 1 goal, 2 assists, and Alix Dorscher with 1 assist. And Jordan, what's up?
Let me stop you. I just looked at the standings. Val-d'Or in their last 5. You ready?
Yeah.
4-1 loss to Gatineau, 6-0 loss to Drummondville, 8-0 loss to Baie-Comeau, 8-1 loss to Baie-Comeau, 7-2 loss to Victoriaville.
Yeah, just
that's atrocious.
Yeah, they're just brutal, man. They are brutal. And like you said last pod, they're really messing around with that, man. Holy, that guy was the heart and soul.
They're missing anyone that can skate.
Yeah, they I don't know. They didn't really make.
They're
much.
young. They are young. You know what? Val-d'Or probably in 5 years will be good.
Yeah, we did say that at the beginning of the year, our predictions that they are a young team.
And they're just not popping off as quickly as they probably like. Right? Like that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, but it must not be fun in that locker room losing all that time, man. Like God.
But I think when you're a team like that, like you have those expectations.
Yeah. So it's not as
not as brutal.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. As I was saying, Jordan LaBelle was the only scorer on that one. Charles Edward Gravel saved a total of 19 shots. not a whole lot, but that's Val-d'Or season in a nutshell right there. Uh, Victoria, Victoriaville Tigre beat Sherbrooke 5-2. 3 stars were Tommy Cormier, first star with 1 goal, 2 assists. Matthias, uh, you know this one. Matthias, you come on, you know who I'm talking about. Aguilar,
Yeah,
Alexis
Aguilar.
Borg. Yeah,
Well,
Aguilar.
there, you can
See,
have
did
that.
I say that?
Have
Yeah.
that. Mathis Aguilar.
Sorry, Mathis. My bad. Hope you're not watching. Absolutely brutal with the last names, man. But Mathis scored 1 goal, and the third star was Alexis Bork. Other goals were Joseph Henneberry, obviously, and Justin Lacrosse. Other goals for Sherbrooke, the only two were Israel Mananscom and Maxime Cote. So the two biggest stars on that team. Well, one of them. Victoriaville goalie Nathan Darvaux saved 22 of 24 shots. And on Sherbrooke, Matthias Roche got pulled in the second period, and then Jacob Roche went in. He saved 11, and Matthias saved 10. Shawinigan loses to the Titan 5-2. Noah LaBerge gets the first star with 1 goal, 1 assist on the Titan. Colby Huggan, PEI native, one of kind of close to now. After seeing play, I got to talk to him after the game with my PEI boys. Super good dude. He got 1 goal, 1 assist, and he's been popping off with the T10, man. Small guy, only 140 pounds, and just unreal. And Blake Pilgrim Edwards also 1 goal. Dawson Sharkey also scores. Louis Francois Belanger scores. And the other two for Chicoutimi were Ile Belargent and Alexis Bonfant.
Sharky's another PEI guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of PEI guys, man. There's at least 4. Dylan Edwards is one of them.
Sharky was nasty.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
U18. When I saw him at Monctonian, he was gross.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say Dylan Andrews is from PEI?
Oh no, he's from Cole Harbor. Excuse me. Arsenault. Excuse me, Arsenault.
Yeah, Arsenault's gross.
Yeah. Cape Breton defeats St. John 5-2. Cam MacDonald, friend of the show, 1 goal, 1 assist. Cam Squires, another friend of the show, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Thomas Shabuka, who just won the bronze medal for Czechia. Cam Squires, Oliver Hurd, Jacob Newcomb, and Oliver Hurd score for the Eagles. Jacob Newcomb again. That's awesome. And that was actually the game-winning goal too. Big Sally for him. I don't know if you saw that, but you could tell the boys were hyped after he scored for sure.
Squires getting the Q boost, bud.
Yeah,
Q boost.
You make the rules, not me. And Brody Fournier, who we were talking about before, and Cohen Miller scored on the penalty shot in the third period.
Miller's having a good year.
Yeah. 3-2 final. Halifax beat Chicoutimi. Matthew Catafor, 2 goals, obviously, who's been really stepping up as Dumais gone on the top line. Louis-Philippe Denis, 1 goal, 1 assist on Chicoutimi. And Nathan Lecomte on Chicoutimi had 1 goal. Maxime Massé scored the other one for Chicoutimi. And Louis-Philippe Denis, Matthew Cataford were the goals for the Mooseheads. Chicoutimi goalie Remy Della Fontaine saved 28 of 31 shots, and Matthias Rousseau saved 21 of 23 shots. And another one, Halifax goes to Cape Breton in the nest. They defeat them 2-1. Thomas Lavoie for Cape Breton gets the first star with 1 goal. Luke Patterson gets second star with no points and no plus minus, which was weird. And Jens Breinar, who's been popping off as we were talking about, had 2 assists. He assisted on both the goals, obviously, from Jake Furlong and Louis-Philippe Denis. And the rest of the games is Shawinigan Barn Burner 8-3 over the Islanders. I'll just do this these notes quickly here. It's just not a lot of not a lot of
Hold on,
things
hold
to.
on. You just
Yeah.
called a barn burner 8-3?
What? No,
You
like
just
in it. No, not. I meant in the not in barn burner, but like what do you call
blowout?
blowout? But like I don't know. You know what I meant.
I was like, wow, awfully
Yeah.
close. 5
Not
goals.
not not like it. You know, I didn't mean to say it in that term. But Maxi Masse had 4 goals in this one assist, so a total of 5 points plus 3. Um, Alexis Morin got 2 goals, 0 assists, and Emily Gaudette had 1 goal, 3 assists.
Massey is
Uh,
going to go top 15.
yeah, Maxi Masse, man, like we were talking about him a while ago. He just keeps stepping his way up into the draft, and hopefully the Habs take him. That'd be a good pickup for the
How did
Habs.
he look last night
Where?
at the prospects game?
Well, I didn't really notice him that much. But he's either nevertheless he's gonna go. You think top 15 in the draft? I
Top
think so too.
15, 20 worse.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe 20. No, you know what? 15, 25 worse. Give myself some safety room there.
yeah, yeah. That would be a great pickup for the Habs. Can only hope though. Lone goals for Charlottetown were only Marcus Kiersey, James Swan, and Kevin Walker. And that will do it for the game recaps.
All right. I'm taking a look at the standings here. Basically, why won't they open? There we go. So, oh my God, that was gross. That burp was nasty.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So, take a look at the standings. Drummondville leads the way in the Central. They lead Victoriaville by 4 points. They got a game in hand, though, Victoriaville. East Division, no one's catching Baie-Comeau.
No.
76 points to 49. We got Maritimes Division. Maritimes Division is looking like Halifax by, I can do some math here, by 5. 4 games in hand for Moncton. So be close. And then you also got Rouyn-Noranda up on Gatineau, or rather Blainville, sorry, by 21.
Yeah.
So it's pretty, I don't want to say it's wide open, or not wide, it's not close.
Yeah. It's not a barn burn.
Closest division's the Maritimes.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Theo, the Q Review has 3 or 4 friends of the show in the top 25 in scoring.
Hey, I don't know. We just do our part.
Joey Henneberry, Pete Reynolds, now Cam Squires, and Luke Woodworth.
Yeah. So that's not bad at all. That just brings a smile to your face. Obviously, we're doing something right, eh?
We love seeing the guys do well.
Yeah, no. Obviously, 100%.
All right. Anything else from you? Any concerns? Any questions? Any
Definitely no concerns. No. Yeah, we'll see you next week. That's it.
Okay, summary of this episode is the CHL needs to figure out their shit and
start caring about the Q. How about that? I know everybody lost respect, the no fighting and all that, but hey, we got some skill back here.
All right, I'm gonna drop this. Make this trend on Twitter. Hashtag could have picked Poirier.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, CHL, figure it out. Once again, though, now that I'm calmed down.
Yeah.
This was the Q Review, the unofficial podcast of the QMJHL, and your one-stop shop for everything Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League. Chris with Theo. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
Thanks, guys.